Welcome back, people, to a new video. And today we're taking a look at this silver PlayStation 2 that I have. It's Slim Edition. It's 9000 model, and the thing that I have a problem with this one, I cleaned it and everything. We're gonna be replacing a flex cable for the laser. I will show you which one, and I will be taking a look which chip this PS2 Slim has, because I didn't do this in the past. So I will not buy a new cable since I have this PlayStation from the video before that is gonna be used for parts, and we need to use this cable because it has snapped on the silver one here on the back from the laser. It has been glued off, you could say. Now you could say I could move this whole thing to the other PlayStation, but that doesn't need to be done. I don't see a reason for that. Everything else on this PlayStation and the silver one is okay. I think this one is for parts only because I think it doesn't have screws and it has a bad MODCHIP. I don't need that MODCHIP, so yeah, it's gonna be used for parts. Okay, and here is the silver one. We are gonna be taking out the 6 screws that we have right here. We need to take out these caps. Same with every PlayStation, just take out the caps and unscrew the 6 screws. Even the fat models have 6 screws if I'm not mistaken. A few of them are longer. And so, okay, let me unscrew this 6 screws and I will be back with you in a second. Okay, so the 6 screws are out. As you can see, all we can do is just turn over the console, lift it here from the back. There will be a few pops here and there, like for example in this corner it should be a little pop. Let me get this a little better. There we go. And a few more down here. Yeah, you can just slide it towards back. And okay, this one was cleaned before by me, so the only thing I'm going here is, like I said, replacing this cable that is not so good. I can test it because I tried to fix it, so I can test it, I guess, but we'll see. First I want to check out the MODCHIP that this PlayStation has, and after that then we can check out if it works. So let's do that real quick. I will take out the how do you say, power supply, which we just unplug here from this motherboard. We click the little clip, pull it, take out the power supply. There's a screw here in the corner, take that out, and after that I will be back with you. There's a few screws on the motherboard we need to take out, and we are already at the chip, so I'll be back with you in a second. Okay, we have taken out the power supply, and here on the motherboard, if you take a closer look, I will try to show you. There is one screw here in the hole, one here, you can see it shining. One is gonna be down here underneath this hole, literally right there, and 2 of them, the last 2, one is right under here in the corner, under here. I will show you. We need to take this part out, the laser, so we can get to it. And one is literally right under this part. So I will show you this first, so you don't get confused. We just lift this out, pull it a little to the back, and we will see a screw here in the corner. I will unscrew it. You should see it by yourself, so I will not be zooming in. Oh, this screw has been, it has some kind of glue in it. I don't know what that is. It has something in it stuck that I can't unscrew it. That is interesting. I was not going this far with this console ever. I only took it apart as much as I needed for cleaning, So Didn't go as far as checking out the chip. There we go. The normal flat screwdriver worked because I needed to push the materials in. I should be careful with this, but yeah, as you can see, this cable is just fell out of here. So for that reason, I will just unplug all of this. There's one cable, a little one connected here. I'll show you. So this cable is connected here. I just unplugged it, and we need to unplug this one, which we can just also pull it out, a little bit of wiggle, and it should go right out. There we go. And of course, if you want to take out the laser, we need to take out this cable as well. We can't do that now because it's broken, but the way we would do it, you need to push the laser all the way to the back. Make sure when the laser is in place, let's say this is in its place. Okay, so I push it all the way to the back, lift it up here from the front, like this. Okay, oh, I'm so sorry, can't see that. So you have it in the air like this, and then you can disconnect the cable from here. You need to lift up a little handle. I will show you later. That handle is actually right here, this brown little piece. You need to use your nail kind of to open the door, and then you push the cable in. Make sure it's perfect. You need to close a little door, just pressing it with your finger. It should close. And always be careful with the laser, of course. You don't want to touch that, you don't want to scratch that, nothing. So please be careful with that. I'm sorry, I'm getting some messages here. I will not be answering them now, but let's continue. We took out this one screw. There's actually two more here, I'm sorry. So there's two screws here, one here, here, and I can take it out. So let me unscrew this and I will be back with you in a second. I just want to tell you one quick tip that you can know already, that there's a chip in the PlayStation. Even if the PlayStation doesn't work, you take it apart. First thing you can notice, there's these cables on the side, red cables. This is not normal for PlayStation. There's no cables like this or any other color like blue, green, any color they use. This is not normal, but this identifies that there's a MODCHIP. So I have unscrewed the whole motherboard. I will leave the screws in here, it's okay. Make sure we take out this part. You don't want to lose that. Lift it, okay. Our screw is in here. Let's just get all of our screws in here. Okay. Good. Okay, can I lift this part off now? I think I can after I unscrew a little bit of more screws. Maybe from the processor, no? Okay, I think, if I'm not mistaken, it should just come out. But there's a cable connected. I don't want to take it out. Yeah, it's just stuck to this pad. It is not been used. It's hard, so it will go out a little harder. But we can take out this metal piece now, no problem. Since it's stuck on the thermal pad, I will not be doing that. And since I have the cable connected, actually, I need to replace this cable anyway. So let me take it out. Okay. And if we take a look, it has a MODCHIP 4.0. I'm not sure you can see that very well. There's tape all over it and it's pretty blurry. Camera is not the best. So this is pretty simple chip. It's nothing crazy. It has been done pretty neatly, I'm not gonna lie. Pretty nice job of soldering, so I will give it that. Okay, so back to the repair part. What we want to do now, since I'm replacing this cable, I can just stick it out, you know, just unwrap it, boom. It's pretty much trash right now, so. And this part is not so sticky. The cable is the part that is sticky, so hope that our other cable will be sticky enough. If not, I have super glue and I can use super glue to stick it, and later if I need to replace it after using super glue, I can use alcoholic alcohol and it goes right off. It's no problem for super glue. So let's go to the black one and take out this part, same like here. I will not go so far on the motherboard, but let me get the cable and I will be back with you in a second. I just want to tell you another really quick tip that you should be very careful of. As you see, there's a power supply right here in this black one. It's still connected to the motherboard. It's not plugged in the power, but it can still hurt you because it's exposed. The parts up here, as you can see, are exposed, and if I'm not mistaken, oh, there's no marks, but I touched this before and I got it hit with some electricity, so be careful with that, especially when it's plugged in. Then it's almost deadly, so be very careful of that. I will not be touching that part. We just need to touch this front part where the laser is, and I will have my hands here, but be very careful with these power supplies. Okay, give me a second. Okay, have the cable here. I pulled it up very carefully, trying not to get all the stickiness from it. It's not that possible, but I tried my best. What we need to do now is place it here in the vicinity the same like the last cable, and make sure I'm using the same PS2 models right now. So if you're not using the same PS2 models, I think that should be preferable. I'm gonna follow the mark from the other cable that was here and place it, try to place it in the same vicinity. Okay, try to stick it very nicely. Okay, we can test it like this, which is gonna show us if it's done good. It connects goodly, I hope. Okay, so it's a little bit tricky here. It's not perfect, but I'm not gonna touch it because it's almost perfect, and I don't wanna get stickiness out from it. So it's better to leave it like this now. Take this. Make sure this part is sticked as well. There's little metal here that you can stick out to. Okay, we have the cable in place, just like new, you could say. So let me put back this black PS2 together, and I will get back to you when I put this motherboard back to its case. So I'll be back in a second. Okay, we have everything back into its case, nicely firmly screwed. Seems okay, and next part is taking our laser part, and we need to do this very tricky part. I will show you right now that I was talking about. So we need to start doing it like this and connecting this cable first that we just replaced. So like I said before, there's this little brown ledge that you need to pull out with your fingernail or something. You can see it, it's up. I hope you can see that it's up. But you lift that up, we go like this. So the laser goes like this, you lift it up, connect this ribbon cable from the bottom, and you want to make sure that the cable is in there firmly. So not just like slightly in there, it needs to be there firmly. It's a little tricky, this part, but with a little bit of nerves, wiggling, and so on. Let me, oh, it slided off. So yeah, it's problematic because you can get it in and it just pops out. So be very careful and make sure it's placed in very straight and very nicely, because the connection won't work. So let me connect this and I will be back with you, so you don't have to watch me connecting it. Okay, so we have it in place. The way you can check if it's connected nicely, you just slide it out a little bit back down, and when you take a look from the top, from the straight line, like from this angle, make sure this cable will not be going over this top so it doesn't scratch your CD. That's the first thing. And make sure that the connection here, you can take a peek with your eye, that the cables are like thin layer of copper wires. This is not exposed, because if it is, it's probably not connected all the way or good. So I think mine is good. It's not perfect, I'm not gonna lie, it's not perfect, but I think it's good. We're gonna test it. I'm gonna connect this motor here and the spinning part of the disc tray to the board, and we get in the power supply, connect the power supply to the motherboard in with the cable, and we're gonna test it. We can do that just by holding this here. There's a little click next to the button, and if you hold this in, the PlayStation will think you have the tray closed, and that way I can test the game just by having it here, making sure the laser is good and making sure everything else is fine. I would recommend using a Q-tip and using it very nicely, very slow to wipe this top part of the laser, but I'm not gonna do that since I did this before when I was cleaning it, so just so you know, you can do that, it would be very good. Okay, let me connect back up, connect the power supply, and I will go to the TV and test it. So 1 second, guys. Okay, I'm gonna do this part with the phone because it's easier and it's better quality. So the way I'm gonna test it, I have it here connected to the power and everything. I'm not touching that thing. It has a lot of power inside it, so be careful. Place the CD in the spot, and when I turn it on, I have to hold this little black wedge inside so this can spin and see if it works. So let's go start, close our tray, and well, we have nothing. That can be the problem of multiple things. It can be the problem not from the cable, it can be fully the laser. So yeah, let's go check it out again. Okay, so the way we want to take out this laser, we want to unscrew this little screw here and here on the top. This metal piece, since this is not a new laser, we don't have to replace it with the old one, but we have this metal piece, we need this so it can move along this motor spring. So we take out these two, and I will show you the way. We just lift it out from this handle right here and on here on the bottom, and we can just slide it out. So let me show you. Okay, and as you can see, I have taken out this oh, my screw flew away, which I was about to say, be careful not to lose your screws. I think it's just under here somewhere. It's okay, I'll find it. But yeah, we take out that. You have these little plastic parts you want to keep. I have them here inside already, so we're gonna use those. And yeah, that's it. Now we can just take it out and do the same thing there and try to replace it. Let's try that. Okay, so quick little update. There's a lot of problems, of course there is. So I tried replacing everything on this laser part. So I even tried this spinner, the motor I replaced. There's 2 screws, there's 4 screws for this one, full laser, nothing. So now I just decided, okay, let me just take it all out, untape it, put it back in this motherboard, and if everything works here that I replaced, so if everything works in that one, I think it's okay, because I think that one used to work before. So it might be something done with the motherboard. If not, it's something else I did. Maybe the cable is not good at all anymore, so maybe it's that. Okay, so we ran into a problem, and here's my thoughts. So everything's connected perfectly. I checked everything, every connection on this top, on the bottom of the ribbon cable, underneath here and here, everything's perfect. But I think then in this case it could be the laser. So I'm gonna have to replace this with this laser and see if that fixes it. And I can do a quick test before fully replacing it by just connecting this laser to this ribbon cable. So let me disassemble it. Should be pretty easy. I think it's from the, I will take this one apart. I think it's from the bottom, a few screws. I'll take a look and I'll be back with you. Okay, so I just started the PlayStation, the black one, and as you can see, it seems to be working fine. Let me try to read the disc. because it seems to be doing fine, you know. Nothing wrong with it. Laser works fine, cable, so everything is fine. Then it must be something done on the motherboard. I will take a quick look, try to figure that out, and if not, sadly that's all that we can do. Maybe like the connectors are too dirty or something that the cables go to. Let me focus up if I can. Okay, so the connector here might be dirty. This one, I don't know. I will take a quick look, hopefully get something figured out. So I'll be back with you soon. Okay, so I've fully opened the console again. As you can see, there's some thermal pad missing, but it's stuck on there, so it's okay. It's kind of old. I don't have a replacement now. It's okay. I checked everything and everything seems to be okay. The only thing left for me to do is I covered the tops where the connections are so they don't touch the metal. Maybe it's making some kind of shortage. I don't think it does, but yeah, I did it anyway. That's the last thing I can do. If that doesn't help it, I really don't know what I can do here. I don't have a multimeter on me so I can measure everything. It will be a lot easier and I could figure it out that way, but sadly I do not have it on me right now, so I can only just try assembling this back together and testing it. So let's go ahead and do that. Okay guys, so this is the last thing we can do. I turned the drive over. As you can see, I disconnected this cable. You have to use your fingernail to push this black piece out here on the bottom as well, as you can see, and now I can slide the cable out. But down here I want you to pay attention to these two screws, this one and this one on the bottom. These things are called potentiometers, and what they do, this is two lasers beneath this is how much power they will get. So I can try adjusting this a little, seeing if that will help us. If not, this is the final repair we can do pretty much with this PS2. After that we can replace the laser and that's it. It's probably then the old laser, we'll see. So I will do this very slightly. This top one is for the DVD and bottom one is from CD. So we want to go on this one and I'm gonna turn it down a little to down. I need a smaller screwdriver, excuse me. Okay, and we're gonna turn it. This is very sensitive, pay attention. It doesn't go. Okay. I need even smaller screwdriver, or I can use this one maybe. This one, yeah. Okay, so very slightly I have decreased that potentiometer down. It might need more power, so that might be the case, but let's try decreasing it first and replugging it and testing it. After that I will increase the power and we'll see what happens then. Oh, okay, so we're gonna be initializing the final test. As you can see, everything is connected. I don't have high hopes, but this is the last thing. You see the door is closed. There's no door here. Usually some models have it literally right here in this hole that I'm filming, but this one does not. This model only has it here and it doesn't work, since I even changed this whole thing and tried. So something is wrong with the motherboard, I guess, and I cannot fix it because I do not have a multimeter. I don't know what exactly is wrong, but we cannot do nothing right now. And that will be it from this video. Sadly, I will do this one other day when I have a multimeter and time on my hands. But till then, thank you for watching. Hope you enjoyed, and yeah, I will see you in the next one. Peace.